Proverbs chapter 16, verse 2. All the ways of a man are pure in his own eyes, but the Lord weighs the spirit. This verse is immediately convicting because of how naturally we judge other people's motives. When someone chooses differently than we would, especially when their decision contradicts what we believe is right, we are quick to assume bad intentions. We tell ourselves that we are acting from a pure place, while they must be driven by ignorance, selfishness, or malice. We rarely pause to consider that they may genuinely believe they are doing the right thing. Proverbs 16:2 confronts this instinct head-on. All the ways of a man are pure in his own eyes. In other words, even the person we most strongly disagree with, even our enemy, believes that their actions are justified. People do not typically wake up intending to do what they believe is wrong. They act according to what seems true, right, and necessary to them. This realization should change how we interact with others. Instead of immediately concluding that someone has corrupt motives, wisdom invites us to recognize that every person operates within their own limited perspective, shaped by their experiences, pressures, and blind spots. Disagreement does not automatically imply bad intention. In my own life, I tend to be especially critical of other people's choices when they conflict with what I believe is clearly right. This proverb reminds me that everyone carries personal blind spots that shape their decisions. Upton Sinclair once said, "It is difficult to get a man to understand something when his salary depends on his not understanding it." He wasn't arguing that people consciously choose money over morality, but that survival instincts can deeply blind us to truths that threaten our security. That insight aligns perfectly with this proverb. People are not always choosing evil over good. Often, they are choosing what feels necessary, safe, or faithful according to their limited vision. In other words, everyone justifies their actions from their personal perspective. They might do something that is not in alignment with biblical principles, or even their own principles, yet they might claim it comes from a pure place. Self-preservation is blinding, and yet God alone sees clearly. He weighs the heart accurately, without distortion. At the same time, the proverb does not slide into moral relativism. The second half grounds everything, but the Lord weighs the spirit. While everyone may be right in their own minds, and often cannot be convinced otherwise, it is not human perception that determines what is truly right or wrong. God alone is the final moral authority. His judgment, not ours and not theirs, is the ultimate standard. Proverbs 16:2 teaches us to hold two truths at once: humility toward others and reverence toward God. We must be slow to judge motives, recognizing how easily we deceive ourselves and misunderstand others. And we must be quick to submit our own hearts to the Lord, trusting that His moral compass, not ours, is the one that truly weighs what is right. Today's takeaway question is, who am I currently judging for their choices, and what motives am I assigning to them? If you enjoyed today's daily proverb, please like and share this with a friend. Today's daily proverb is brought to you by Sabbath Space. Reduce your screen time by 81% by temporarily blocking apps and notifications. Spend less time scrolling and more time with God and real-life connections. Download Sabbath Space today on the iOS App Store.